Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today we are going to start fresh. I think not fresh as in a new world, but last week's video was a little bit different. So we kind of took a little break from all of our projects going on. So it gives me a little bit of space to kind of work on whatever I want. Last week I did a modded world tour. I will link that here so you guys can go watch that if you want. It's pretty cool. It's an all the mods 9 mod playthrough, so you know, lots of cool stuff, lots of weird sciencey stuff and magic and all that cool thing, all those cool things. And then the video before that, if you guys didn't see that one, I built a windmill over here in the River District farm area. I built this windmill. That one came out pretty cool too, I think. Built that windmill, built a little dock area for some ships to come through and take wheat and flour out. So yeah, I made a lot of progress over here. So if you want to see that video will also be linked here. But today I want to do something different because I am kind of in the mood to build like a castle or some kind of like stone fortification structure. You know, sometimes you just get in those moods. I was also kind of looking at this section of the city build and realized that the forest needs some work. So I think kind of to inspire myself to work on the forest a little bit, I'm gonna keep working on developing it and like terraforming and building a little bit over here. So as you can see, I've got like this valley shape going right now, and it's kind of cool. It definitely needs more trees. It needs some more stuff all around. I mean, this part of the sawmill was kind of rushed, so that needs some detailing and touch up. But for this fortress, I'm thinking like an outpost, maybe just like a tower with a little bit, like a little living quarters underneath, kind of attached to it, or even like a watchtower with a beacon on it or something that can light. So my thought is like here on this little hill, and then it'll be overlooking the desert here. So like, you know, say the desert city people kind of try to invade this way, or even like somebody invading from this way, the beacon can light and everybody in the city can see that something dangerous is coming. So that I think is gonna be the plan for today. As it's turning night here, I think I'm going to work on terraforming this a little bit more. I kind of want to shape up this side of the hill. I like this gentle slope that goes down on that side, but this side could use a little bit of work. So I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm gonna lay out some foundations and figure out a palette and all the fun stuff, and you guys are here along for the ride. So I'm gonna work on that, and I will see you guys in a second. All right, so there you go. A little bit of terraforming. We kind of put a sharper incline on this side of the hill. I think I might put some water in here, like a little water feature, maybe connect it over to this stream. That might be kind of neat. And here's like the general idea for the layout. So this is going to be the barracks, like sleeping quarters, and this will be the tower with the beacon on it, and then this is just going to be like a little yard, like gate area, maybe training yard, or just like, you know, a nice courtyard for them to hang out in. And then the main road or path will come out of this guy, and then I think connect down there somehow. I don't know if I want it to be a straight shot or like maybe it'll zigzag through some trees and stuff. That's gonna be a future issue. But yeah, that's the outpost. So it's gonna be kind of small, but nice and cozy, pretty cool. Okay, so the next plan is going to be working on the structure. I think I might lay out the structures in cobblestone first, and then we will kind of go from there and see what blocks I want to use. I'm thinking of maybe doing a kind of gradient from darker to lighter blocks on top. That might be kind of cool. So we're gonna see if I can make that happen. But if not, I can just make the whole thing cobblestone, and you guys will like that because cobblestone looks great. Look at it. Gray rock. Forever. Okay, I'm gonna do that. All right, you guys. So this is kind of what I'm working with at the moment. We've got this stone tower thing that's got these weird insets, and kind of this like tapered thing going with a bunch of different angles. I don't know. I was going with like the angles for supports. It's kind of interesting. And then we have this. Oh, I forgot to do that side. Either way, we've got this like barracks thing. I've got a little porch here, and then that wall's a little flat and the wall's a little flat, but once I add some windows it'll look better. This guy here on the top needs some work. I don't know how I'm gonna do this beacon. I think maybe just like a pile of wood for like a bonfire, but it would need something over it to kind of protect it from rain. So maybe I add a little roof to this instead of having it being a flat top thing. And then I'm thinking maybe I do some like ramparts here on this interior wall, but like maybe like scaffolding, kind of along the edge, like wood scaffolding instead of it being like a full-on castle. So it's more light defenses. Because realistically, I think only like a couple guys would have to live here in Vanis, like 2 or 3, because their responsibility would just be like, to light the beacon, so it wouldn't be like a full-on defensive thing. So I think I might add like a roof here, like a dome maybe. That might be kind of cool. Basically turn this into a lighthouse. I love lighthouses. Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on detailing and kind of finishing up the structure, I think, and then maybe I'll texture as well, and then I'll check back in. So let's make some progress. Okay, a little bit of progress, but it's starting to get some character, which is kind of neat. So here's that scaffold kind of fortifications I was talking about. I think I'm gonna put the ladder to get up there right there. That seems like a good spot, why not? And then I've got a room here that there's no way to get up yet. And I've got the inside of the tower here that goes up that way. Add a little bit of an awning there to kind of break up that flat wall. And then this is the beacon. So when it's lit, you know, everybody over there can see it. So really the castle is kind of the main place that would see it, or like this, the Town Watch HQ would see it. It looks kind of intimidating over there. I definitely think that I'm going to cover it up with trees so you can't see like that much of it. I want it to mainly be seen from that way into the city and that way into the city. But yeah, I like the scale. It's not too big. It doesn't feel like a castle. It definitely feels like an outpost, something a little smaller, but not as intense, I guess. And then up there in that floor, you can see there's some arrow slits. So yeah, we're making some good progress here. I think what's next is going to be doing the courtyard a little bit. I'm gonna actually like extend the floor and texture the floor, and then I gotta start working on the gradient from ground up. So I'm gonna start with a dark block and go up into a light block. I'm not gonna go all the way to white, but I think like a lighter gray would be kind of cool to kind of cap this out with. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. Okay, you guys. It's not bad. It's kind of interesting. I guess I should kind of explain the idea of the gradient here. So I'm starting with deep slate, and you go into tough, and then you go into cobblestone, and then you go into andesite, and then you go into stone, like that. And I feel like that's pretty much as good as you can get using the blocks in base Minecraft. And then if you wanted to go even higher, you could go into andesite again, and then into like diorite, and then into quartz might be too light, but you kind of go into that, and kind of hit that much lighter, pale, bright white color, like even maybe some stripped oak or pale logs. I mean, I feel like you probably need it in between there. One thing that I did see some people use is they use the glow lichen from the caves to kind of feather out those gradients even more. But I mean, I'm gonna chill with what I got. I think I kind of like what I've got going. But yeah, that's the gradient that I was going for. And yeah, I think it came out okay. So this is what we've got going so far. I think I'm gonna pass in the interiors today. Who would have seen that coming? I know. Who would have seen that coming? I think the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to add some bushes and foliage around the outside. and make it feel like it's not just like plopped here on top of a hill, even though it is actually just plopped here on top of a hill. But yeah, I wanna add a little bit of foliage and other stuff. I kind of like it. It kind of gives off like the Gondor, like Middle Earth vibes a little bit, with the round tower that's all stone and the little like structure here with the patio on top. Kind of vibe with it. So I'm going to kind of do some last little details and then work on some foliage. Okay, you guys, check this out. See, this is like my favorite part, is building some trees, some little bushes. I mean, like, look, it's coming together. It looks good, almost, I could possibly say. Don't look at that part. Like, it looks like a little castle, you know? Yeah, I think this might have been a good cure for my itch for castle building. I definitely think that I need to terraform a little bit here though before I go crazy, because like a straight road is gonna be goofy. Like, look at this. You go all the way over here and you just look up and it's like, what is that big old manor house over there? You know, it needs to be blocked a little bit. So maybe I'll do some forest updates here soon and work on the forest and make sure that's all kosher. You know, it needs a lot of trees. Like, there's no trees in my forest, and that's an issue. And I'm totally just rambling right now. What if I put like a little rock here? You know, a little rock. Something like, no, wait. Oh, that's the wrong tab. God, you guys are probably watching this thinking I'm like literally an amateur, but little did you know, I am an amateur. I just have a lot of hours in this, which is, I think, makes it worse. Okay. Okay, rocks are hard. That's probably good. There you go. That's the little outpost. Forest outpost? Is that what we're gonna call this? Yeah, I think we could call it that. I mean, like, look, you're just chilling up here. Your job would be to vibe. Just vibing, watching, and like all of a sudden you see a big old army camel archers coming from that way, and you're like, oh crud, and you gotta light this big old beacon to warn the city that the other city, you know, maybe 200 yards away, is invading. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Look, guys, I'm not perfect, okay? Did I realize when I started this that I would spend an endless amount of hours, pretty much uncountable amount of hours, working on this thing, and that maybe another city 100 yards away wouldn't make a whole lot of sense? No, I didn't. But you know, we all gotta live with the consequences of our actions. So that's where I'm at. Okay, I'm gonna stop, you know, talking about nothing now. I think I've probably padded this video enough, trying to hit that 10-minute runtime. God, you guys wish these videos were 10 minutes. I know you do. But yeah, it looks so weird over there. Like, look at it. You look at it and you're like, what is that way out there? I gotta cover it with more trees. It needs more trees for sure, but that's a later issue. Alrighty, you guys. If you like this one, Please let me know down in the comments, like and subscribe for more content like this. I am going to keep pumping out videos every week for you guys. Let me know what you want to see. I've got that modded world I can kind of do some work on and show you guys how that works, and maybe like build some machines and reactors and stuff, or I can keep working on this. Just remember, at 500 subs, which we're very close to, so that's exciting, I'll do a full world tour, which is going to be fun. My poor voice is going to be all hoarse, but, you know, still shooting for that 500 sub world tour. If you guys want to see that, you know, subscribe, share this video with your friends. And then let me know if you want like a Discord. I can set up a Discord for everybody to kind of share ideas, and you know, we can just bounce creative ideas off each other and build ideas. So, wow, look, there's the city. That's it. That's not a whole lot for how much effort I've put in, but you know what? I think it looks kind of cool. Okay, anyway, I'm done blabbing now. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.